These works are significant because they essentially created an imagery. As we have the stray birds and crescent moon poets, Tagore began our journey into poetry and fulfilled our longing for the purity and beauty of poetry. I hope today's program serves as a New Year's poetry gathering, bringing inspiration and beautiful blessings to our year ahead. Let's start with Stray Birds. Tagore's poetry collections are categorized by themes. Stray Birds contains 325 poems, all centered around nature. Unlike Chinese classical poetry or Western modern poetry, the poems in Stray Birds are untitled and often consist of just a single line or, at most, 5 or 6 lines. What do they describe? Everyday things: a blade of grass, a leaf, a drop of water, stars, rivers. You might wonder if a single line in Stray Birds qualifies as poetry. Don't underestimate yourself, and don't hold poetry in too high regard. Wisdom and moments of inspiration from everyday life, words spoken by children or a fleeting sound in the air can all become poetry. Tagore maintained a sensitive observation towards poetry and hoped to connect with nature and society through this ability. After reading these brief poems, I hope you can try to craft small poetic lines with your children or family, writing them on red leaves of ivy, on a beautiful piece of paper, or even with water on the ground at your doorstep, letting the sun dry it. This, in itself, is a beautiful way of life. Stray Birds has been warmly received worldwide and translated into many languages. It has had a significant impact on Chinese literature as well. For example, Bing Xin was directly inspired by Tagore to create A Maze of Stars and Spring Water, and together with Zhu Ziqing and Liu Banong, initiated the Little Poetry movement, establishing a poetic style known as the Little Poem School. So, let's approach Stray Birds with a relaxed attitude. Open the book, and you'll find that everyone can be a poet. Let's read a few lines from the book. If you shed tears when you miss the sun, you also miss the stars. This line is particularly powerful and is often used as a slogan or personal signature. It is meant to remind you not to always look back or complain, as dwelling on one failure leads to complete despair. If you don't move forward, how can you encounter more beautiful things? They are waiting for you ahead. Tagore greatly enjoyed discussing the relationship between success and failure. He said, "Wrong cannot afford defeat, but right can. If you shut your door to all errors, truth will be shut out. The stream of truth flows through its channels of mistakes." Yes, you might find these lines immediately understandable and inspiring. It is quite similar to many traditional Chinese thoughts and philosophies, such as, "Failure is the mother of success." If you can express this using Tagore's words and let these beautiful lines become a part of you, you might stop stating dryly that failure is the mother of success. Instead, you would say, "Errors cannot withstand failure, but truth is not afraid of failure." The point is not about success or failure, but about not being afraid. As for love, it is an eternal topic, and Tagore continually wrote about it. How does he express it? You will find the answer in his book. Life finds its wealth by the claims of the world, and its worth by the claims of love. He is reminding us that love is the true value of life. Without love, life would be meaningless. Many philosophers question whether life has meaning. Life itself might lack inherent meaning, but our quest to find meaning, including our efforts for it, is in itself meaningful. Love is a crucial element that gives a person a unique charm and popularity. Without love, life loses its luster. However, the troubles of love are many. We face numerous difficulties, such as the current popular TV shows about relationships, like goodbye lover and moments of heartbeat. We encounter many confusions: how to meet and get along with someone you love, whether dating and marriage conflict, how to part ways gracefully if the love fades. While these issues seem multifaceted, they fundamentally discuss how willing you are to invest in love, how to invest willingly without feelings of disappointment or frustration. So, what is Tagore's view on this? It's in the book. Life has become richer by the love that has been lost. Giving leads to richness. This short sentence conveys that giving makes you feel capable. When you truly love someone, whether a partner, parent, or child, you will genuinely wish for their happiness and find joy in their joy. In Shisho Shinyu, there is a story about a man named Ji Daolin who loved cranes. Someone gifted him a pair of cranes, and he found great joy in raising them. Fearing they might fly away, he cut the feathers on their wings, preventing them from flying. Consequently, the crane's wings drooped and they became very unhappy. Then Ji Daolin realized that the cranes were happy because they could fly in the sky. However, he forced them to be by his side, observing and accompanying them, making them unhappy. He then nursed the crane back to health and then let it fly into the clouds. At that moment, he felt joy in his heart. This is the essence of love. Love is not about getting something in return. It's not about the crane coming back or showing gratitude. It's about seeing the beauty of life itself, witnessing the life fulfilling its own nature, and being happy. When that happens, you too will genuinely feel joy. Tagore also wrote another poem, "The best does not come alone. It comes with the company of the all." Listen to another line, "Do not seat your love upon a precipice because it is high." This line is particularly interesting and differs from what we've read before. What does it mean to seat your love upon a precipice? Everyone can have their own interpretation of this line. Literature doesn't have a standard answer. It's about feeling, understanding, and personal insight. To me, it suggests that the cliff is high and dangerous, but not everyone needs to conquer that cliff. Don't set the goal of love as reaching that highest peak. For example, in a relationship, it's not about finding the richest, most handsome, or highest status person. Love isn't a number or a competition. It doesn't involve winning or losing. If there's genuine mutual admiration and acceptance, that's a comfortable state. However, if the relationship is driven by competitiveness and a sense of conquest, where you need the other person to fulfill your ego, it may lead to hurt. Of course, if you have your own interpretation of this line, you can leave a comment.